Alright, today let's talk about Frieren Beyond Journey's End, an anime that hits you right in the soul while making you rethink every fantasy adventure story you've ever watched. Join me as I dive into this anime and break down its poetic message to us. This isn't your typical epic hero's journey. In fact, the hero's journey is already over before the show even starts. Instead, Frieren is about time, loss, regret, and the quiet beauty of moving forward, even when everything you once knew is gone. This show is subtle, poetic, and devastatingly emotional, but it never feels forced or melodramatic. It's a slow burn, but one that sinks into your bones and stays with you long after you finish an episode. So what makes it different from other shows? Most fantasy anime are about the big, grand adventure, heroes fighting demons, overthrowing tyrants, saving the world. But Frieren? It starts where every other fantasy story ends. The legendary hero party, Frieren, the elf mage, Himmel, the noble hero, Heider, the drunken priest, and Aizen, the badass dwarf warrior, have already defeated the Demon King and saved humanity. They return home, celebrated as legends, and live out their peaceful days. And then, time passes, people grow old, people die. But Frieren, she's an elf, she's practically immortal, and to her, a human life is just a fleeting moment. When Himmel, the man who admired her for years, the one who always smiled at her, the one she barely even tried to understand, dies of old age, Frieren realizes something: she wasted the time she had with him. She spent years with these people, but she never truly connected. She never took their short lives seriously. She thought she had time, until suddenly she didn't. And that's what sets her on her new journey, not to save the world, not to defeat some great evil, but to understand humanity. She travels with new companions: Fern, a young mage; Stark, a battle-hardened warrior; and others she meets along the way, not for glory, but to truly experience life, to feel the weight of time, and to find meaning in the moments that seem insignificant. Now let's talk about why Frieren is unique. Most fantasy anime focus on epic battles, massive wars, and chosen ones rising to greatness. But Frieren? It's about time itself. How we use it, how we waste it, and how we only realize its value when it's too fucking late. Frieren has lived for over 1,000 years, but she's just now realizing what she missed. Every human she meets is another reminder that their lives are temporary, that she needs to cherish them before they're gone. Now talking about the emotional impact, the show is quiet but powerful. It doesn't rely on explosions or high-stakes battles. It hits you with raw, simple emotions. Most fantasy anime throw you into a world filled with random magic, kingdoms, and monsters, but rarely do they take the time to make that world feel lived in. But Frieren does. The world feels old, full of history, forgotten ruins, and stories that have faded into legend. Now talking about magic and other powers, magic isn't just flashy fireballs. It's something deeply studied, refined, and connected to life itself. Every town, every road, every little piece of the world feels like it has been there long before we started watching. It's not about spectacle, it's about immersion. Even though Frieren is an elf, her journey is deeply human. She's learning how to value people, to cherish memories, and to understand emotions she never thought she needed. Fern, a young mage raised by Heider, is serious and disciplined, but underneath, she's just a girl trying to find her place in the world. Stark, a warrior trained by Aizen, is incredibly strong, but struggles with self-doubt and fear. Every side character they meet has a story, a dream, a regret, and it all ties into Frieren's journey of understanding. Even though the pacing is slow, you grow attached to these people, and that makes every moment of loss, every lesson learned, hit even harder. Now let's talk about the action in the series. Frieren isn't an action-packed anime, but when fights do happen, they're fast, brutal, and deeply strategic. This isn't your typical spam big attacks until the villain dies kind of anime. Magic battles are about skill, intelligence, and adaptability. Every spell has thought and weight behind it. It's not just flashy explosions. This show balances Frieren's immense power well. When Frieren fights, you see just how terrifyingly powerful she actually is, and it makes every battle feel earned. But what makes the action special is that it's not the focus, it's just a part of the larger emotional journey. At its core, Frieren is about how we take time for granted. We think we have forever. We assume people will always be there. We get so caught up in big moments that we ignore the small, everyday ones that actually matter. Frieren had centuries, but she never truly appreciated the people around her. And when they were gone, she realized how much she missed. The show asks you, are you paying attention to the time you have right now? Are you appreciating the people in your life before they're gone? Because unlike Frieren, we don't get centuries to fix our regrets. Final thoughts. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End is not your usual fantasy anime. It's not about saving the world, it's about understanding it. It's about loss, time, and the weight of emotions that last longer than lifetimes. It's a quiet, introspective journey that makes you reflect on your own life while pulling you into a beautifully crafted world full of deep, meaningful stories. If you're looking for high-energy action, loud comedy, or a typical shonen-style story, this isn't it. But if you want a fantasy anime with actual depth, a story that punches you in the heart with every episode, a journey that makes you reflect on your own life, then Frieren is absolutely worth watching. Because in the end, it's not about how long we live, it's about how well we spend our time. That's it for today. Please like and subscribe for more anime content, and I'll catch you in the next one, my warriors.